it's red eye. It's like hardball without the hookers. We're here with Rachel Marsden, Bill Schultz.
I hate your face.
I hate your face as well. On remote, we have Lori Kilmartin, comedian and author of 236.com.
No, I'm not. It's a website. I'm not an author.
Oh, it's a website.
Yeah.
Same thing. You create something. You should be proud of that.
I scribble a few words on it, but thanks.
Okay. And Joel Mowbray, syndicated columnist and investigative journalist. And to my left, Miss Lori Schwartz. How are you?
That's my pet peeve. It's Laura. Laura.
I did that on purpose. Democratic political strategist. I'm just very excited because we have a new set. This is amazing. It's like a bat cave.
It's slamming.
It just makes me want to start drinking.
Yeah, we're sponsored by Whiskey Lord Calvert.
I know. I don't think that exists anymore.
You don't? Do you think it ever did?
I suddenly feel very overdressed, though.
Well, you can change that. Take it all off.
Bill and I are celebrating summer.
You're going on a cruise.
Yes, we are. We leave right after.
The thing that I love about this is that I love that he's getting a taste of his own medicine. Joel, do you think we should ask for his execution?
Well, I say why not? I mean, I say definitely for kissing a woman's glove on her hand as opposed to, you know, the whole nukes thing or wiping Israel off the map. No, it's much more serious that he kissed her hand.
Yes.
I'm glad that that's what's causing the uprising in Iran.
Exactly. Lori?
Well, you know, I guess Sharia law prohibits male contact with any woman that they're not related to, which I guess means under Sharia law, Giuliani's first marriage isn't weird.
Yes, it's true.
That's also Georgia law.
It is a Georgia law.
Only same-sex can't. Oh no, only same family kissing.
Georgia and Iran, they have a lot in common besides hating Jews, huh?
Oh, that's not true.
Well, you know,
that's not true. You just tainted an entire state.
Oh,
Iran doesn't deserve this. I'm kidding, Georgia. I love you, Georgia. I've been to Atlanta many times. Good ribs.
Well, I think the leftists should go over there and see how far they can push things. Maybe just start hugging people and see how long it takes before they get shot. That's a good start. And then work their way towards porn from there.
Wait, who should go over there?
Leftists.
Oh, like me?
Yeah.
Sure. I should just run over there and start hugging people?
Okay, you can be the first.
Lori, don't try to follow this idea because it's going nowhere. Lori, how
fallen into peril trying to follow Rachel's logic.
Just let it die. Let it die. Lori, how can you take a country seriously if they don't understand the sheer necessity of pornography in keeping the world safe from perverts?
Well, I'm surprised you take that point of view because plenty of Christians in this country would love to execute pornographers. It seems like Christians and Muslims are two sides of the same undersexed coin.
Depends how. Well, I don't know if that's Christian or far right.
Please. I mean, Georgia to Iran, okay, that's one thing, but Christians to Muslims? What kind of line are you crossing here?
I'm combining my lines.
I'm actually outraged. I mean, look, we're talking about kissing a woman's glove, an old woman's glove, and that's what's causing the uprising amongst the Iranian mullahs.
You're just angry because you're turned on by that old woman, Joel.
Well, I'm actually turned on by Ahmadinejad, and of course Greg's chest hair.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Greg.
I actually had some of it clipped for you for later. Lori, that's kind of unfair, though, because, you know, I know that people like to do these moral equations between Christians and fundamentalist Islam, but we don't fly planes in the buildings. True, we are undersexed, and, you know, every now and then a Catholic priest will chase an altar boy, but that's the extent of it.
Yeah, that's actually just relaxation. I agree. The Muslims are a little more hardcore than the Christians.
I agree. I'm glad we came to some sort of agreement, Lori. See?
Can't we all just get along?
No, I don't think we can. I hate Bill. Greg.
And one thing that bothers me is every time there's some study like this, it's like, oh, white people are still racist. Why not focus on the good things that white people are doing, like pretending we're going to vote for Barack Obama?
That's so true. That's so true.
Barack Obama is white. Isn't he a black man running as a white candidate?
I think he is. I don't know.
I love
Who's trying to obstruct it all of a sudden there?
Does this mean that there's a career alternative for Don Imus, after all? As a referee?
I don't know. I don't think he could run up and down that court.
Where'd they find the 3 white guys in the NBA, anyway? That's what I was wondering.
Lithuania.
I think they're all from Canada.
Yeah,
actually, there's about 3 white guys that are MVP candidates this year. I've never watched a game.
Oh, but I have to say, I think Fox News is partly to blame for this. This legislation is brought forth by Republicans and conservative Christians. If we just could stop Christians from voting, this kind of legislation would go away.
Lori,
maybe we should change the election day to a Sunday.
But Lori, every one of your sentences ends with Christians. It's like Rachel talking about liberals. You two should get together.
All right, we will.
Do a strip off. Do a strip off. A strip off.
That's illegal in Iran. You know that,
6 feet away from all of us.
Wait, Lori, do you have a pet, and would you do this if the pet died
I wouldn't, but I'm not surprised Florida is doing it. Don't these people sleep with their pets anyway?
There you go. Now you've done. Okay, let's say it's Ohio, Georgia, Florida, and especially Florida Christians, right, Lori? They're the ones that are they're really sleeping with their pets.
All our viewers are gone now.
Yeah.
There we go. We've lost all the demo.
All 6 of them. Shouldn't the Florida legislature be concentrating on fixing their ballot? ballots as opposed to figuring out where to put dead pets?
No, because you have many politicians and you spread them all out. Somebody has to do the dead pets.
Can we have jokes that are not 7 years old? That's all I ask for. I mean, it was really funny, like 2001.
I'm not forgetting it. You should never
Laura,
forget.
you're very funny, especially when you do the whole slandering Christian things. It's lovely.
But I'm hearing this.
When's a guy named Joel turn into a Christian? When did that happen?
But I'm hearing this, and she looks just like Ann Coulter. This is what's so funny, is you look so much like Ann Coulter.
I look like Ann Coulter if she was a woman, yeah.
Oh, all right. Wow. So, Laura, I got to ask you this. Isn't it going to be hard for her to find a new man when everybody knows about her as the astronaut who wore the diaper?
There's got to be one fetishist that's really into that stuff.
I think it's Joel.
I object to the
Greg,
fact that...
I told you that in confidence, man.
You showed us your diaper, Joel.
Do this to me.
I'm sorry.
It hurts.
I think it's odd that this woman pees in a diaper and people say that's selfish. To me, that's considerate.
Wait, hang on. There's a more fundamental issue. You know, you're asking where she's going to find a man. Well, she's going to a woman's prison. I think...
Oh, she'll find a man there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's...
A man with internal genitalia.
It's so much worse when you raise your eyebrow.
I'm sorry. And dude, that's really silly voice.
Hey, Bill is warming up to you.
I know, he always is.
The flirtation offensive is working.
You know what's interesting now is that NASA is planning in 30 years to actually make a trip to Mars. And so what they're doing is they're actually creating kind of like a booklet of ethical guidelines. Things you got to deal with when you're on Mars, or anywhere near Mars for that matter. Like, you know, how do you cope with sexual desire? How do you dispose of a dead astronaut? How do you cut off medical care if somebody's dying? So, Rachel, let's say you're on Mars, because sometimes I think you are. How would you cope?
That's just part of my last name. I'm not really on Mars.
How do you cope? How would you cope with sexual desire if you were in Mars?
Well, I think if they want people to have sex on a space shuttle, put in a back seat. That always works for people, you know. Just anywhere there's a back seat, people will be doing it.
Let's see. NBA refs accused of racial bias. Rachel, you asked where they found the white guys in the NBA. Just to name three, you've got Steve Nash, Dirk Nowitzki, and Tim Duncan.
Oh yeah, Steve Nash. That's right.
I knew Bill would get that.
I liked it. I liked it very much. Tim Duncan's not very urban, but he is in fact African American.
I totally did not get that one at all.
Neither did I.
I was like, we're big basketball fans.
Bill, you're like closed captioning for the stupid.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Imus may sue CBS Radio, hires First Amendment attorney Martin Garbus, or as Imus calls him, my Jew lawyer.
She should have forwarded it to Karl Rove. Then it would have been deleted.
Oh,
that would have been
you are like the Ann Coulter opposite. Maria, when do you think? Maria, when do you think Lindsay Lohan will die? Will it be soon? You think?
Oh no, I don't want to say that, but she's on a bad track. But honestly, the girl's 20 years old. If they had video of me when I was 20 years old, it wouldn't be good. But she's just got paparazzi following her. You can't blame the kid. She's just having a few cocktails.
Stop being nice. She's a hoe and you know it.
And apparently last night we were talking about how she was apparently drinking from the hairy goblet as well. So I guess this is just something.
The hairy goblet?
The hairy goblet?
The hairy goblet. What's the hairy goblet?
This is Rachel's awkward euphemism for lesbianism. Oh my God.
I didn't even... In 100 years, I wouldn't have put that one together.
You just ripped out it was a goblet. It was
all right. Harry Goblets. Harry Goblet, people, remember that one. Britney Spears is now performing again. She did a 15-minute gig at the House of Blues. She did like 5 of her songs, and she had her backup dancers there, which I always find interesting to have your backup dancers during a rehearsal. Do you think that's necessary?
Not at all. And she's an a-hole when she's not pregnant. This girl just needs to get knocked up.
You know, that's a good point. It's like she has a hormone shift. Maria, do you agree with that? She's much nicer when she's knocked up.
I love that she said she's an a-hole and she's not pregnant. That's so true. She's a total a-hole.
Well, it looks like she's been doing chair aerobics. We saw that video there. I've been watching it all day on a loop on TV at Fox here, and it's just her essentially just doing chair aerobics. She should lead a seniors class.
Is that a hairy goblet on stage?
She has I believe the term is also squish mitten.
I think we saw her hairy goblet in a few pictures this year.
Well, you know what's weird is if the Irish can afford to pay $1,000 a ticket, I guess the potato famine is over. And there's no need to read Angela's Ashes because that is not valid anymore.
I never read that book.
It's a great book.
I don't read any books, really.
I think she just wants to keep the great unwashed in Ireland away. They're okay to preach to, but not to get too close to whatever they call her, La Streisand or whatever. She has
the hairy goblet, you mean?
Yeah,
referring to the hairy goblet again.
Oh, Barbara is so going to come and hunt you down. You know that's going to happen.
I'm learning so many new words tonight.
All right. We got to
unlearn them.
We've got to move on.